Well, good morning, guys. We are in Hanover this morning. We got up pretty early. We got breakfast at the hotel. We packed everything and we drove pretty much directly here. The downside of that was that 90% of the road here, which was an hour and a half-ish, was all under construction, which, oh, we were so lucky coming up here that we weren't stuck in traffic that long. We need to drop off some stuff that we borrowed and as gifts for Danny, and we found a parking spot fairly close by for free, so we got that going for us as well. Today is the day that we're traveling a lot. We make a bunch of detours. I mean, this morning we stopped in Hanover. We're now in Cologne because Gamescom is going on, and we have a friend Chris who's from the UK who works for High-Res Studios. They're doing like an after party thing. Guess where we're going? That party.
A lot of bars and food places. I just got some food from the Thai place over there. That is the actual Meltdown bar. I'll see if I can film some stuff. There will be music underneath because obviously they're using copyright music which you can't use in the vlog. If I see Chris, brain freeze. Yeah, maybe he waves into the camera. Else just watch really old vlogs. We've known each other for at least 6 years. Oh, there he is.
And actually, that shit depends like that.
Happy birthday to you, happy birthday to you, happy birthday to you, happy birthday to you. It's your birthday in Europe. Yay. Now we see you. Now you need a shirt.
Well, hello guys. It is my birthday today. Technically the entire day, but we have a thing, as you notice with Sarah's birthday. We do a thing where we basically play with the time zones, and the day before it's your birthday in Australia and the day after it's your birthday in the US, so you can basically play around a little bit. So kind of like 3 days of birthday. Besides that fact, the last couple of days we've been gone, I've been doing a lot of reading still on No Man's Sky because I was like, it's such a big game. I've heard really good things about it. I've heard so many complaints about it, but most of the complaints were from people who probably wouldn't play these types of games. Exploration, survival, and crafting, kinda. It definitely has some things that can be addressed in the future through patches and updates. As part of my birthday present, Sarah bought me No Man's Sky for the PS4. I have been playing that non-stop for about 14 hours. I'm enjoying the hell out of it. I think I learned at least like 120 words from each language at this point. I've upgraded most of my exosuit and weapons and stuff. I think with the upgrading stuff I'm like halfway through everything, but that's also because I'm doing actual exploring and I'm like going from planet to planet. It's fun, it's enjoyable. It's just that if you're not into this kind of stuff, it gets boring and repetitive really quickly. And I do hope that they're bringing out some updates and some patches soon, because that's only gonna make the game more fun for a longer time. One thing is for certain, there is no end to it, I think. If so, I don't know how it's gonna end.
It's like the cutest. He hasn't realized that yet it's connected to him. Cass is totally helping him. Aren't you pretty? Yay!
There is a very sharp sun in my face. Ugh, I'm almost blind. Let's see if I can make that. Okay, I was trying to vlog. This has been a new thing, I think, because I've never heard the clock at our house, and we live fairly close by, but not in like direct ear distance. I've been hearing that bell doing that so many times. Yesterday was my birthday, today isn't my birthday, but like I said yesterday, we have the rule of 2 days, one before, one after counts as your birthday. So today we're gonna go for pizza since yesterday I really wasn't hungry. I have so many hours in No Man's Sky, it's ridiculous. It's such an addictive game. I do understand why people didn't fully like it, but as soon as you stop, you're like, I have to play some more, just a little bit, just a little bit. In my case, it's like, I just should go back to the planet like one more time before I warp so I can mine some more stuff, so I can buy some new things. Which turns into like a 2-hour ordeal, because by the time that you're actually going down and back up again, it's ridiculous, but so much fun. I would say compared to like the regular games that I tend to buy, I have my money's worth already. Hey guys, knowing that we have been doing the Megavlogs for the last couple of, well, weeks kind of, it's weird not starting to vlog out like we normally do, but I just wanted to share it with you guys a little bit because it's beautiful here. We're in Heidelberg again, and this is actually a private clinic where Sara's dad currently is. It's being treated for several problems with his legs. It's not looking great, in all honesty. He's being super positive about it, and that's kind of weird. I would be a little bit more freaked out, but that's me. And in general, like, I'm happy that I don't understand too much German, but I understand more than enough to understand what's going on, and whew, ain't pretty. We actually wanted to visit last week when we were on our way to Hanover or back, but it was just so busy and we didn't have much time, so we decided to skip it because Heidelberg is actually on the way from where we live to Hanover and back. On like the exact same road that we needed to go, but yeah, we couldn't do it. So we decided to go up today instead. Yeah, it's beautiful, man. If you guys can see, those are all mountains with well, forest trees and stuff. That's a completely different feel from regular hospitals because I hate those with a passion. I'm not a fan of it whatsoever.
Good morning, guys. It sucks when you're afraid of heights. We're going to the 7th floor. Look!
No.
Ooh, for all who are like afraid of heights, yeah, I can see it.
No.
I have my CAT scan, MRI, MRT, whatever it's called in English today. Let's hope they find nothing or just something that can go away really quickly.
Do you guys remember about like 5 minutes ago when we went in? Well, we are outside again because I have a hyperventilating Ewok next to me with tears in her eyes. I will not show her because that's just not fair. She's like, her entire eyes are wet. From what she explained to me, it's totally legit why she basically completely freaked out. The machine is one of basically a coffin sized hole, and you go in there, well, pretty much up to your, well, thighs, I assume?
Yeah.
Probably even deeper if you're like me, and you have to go even lower for that. So yeah, we have to make a new appointment somewhere else where they actually sedate you and make it a little bit easier. It sucks because we were hoping today to figure something out, but I totally agree with the Ewok. That sounds like something that out of a nightmare. I would not like that either. And especially if you would be stuck in there for around 15 minutes of that. And yeah, I wouldn't do that either. I don't know how I would be doing that. I already hate the stupid elevator here, let alone the machine. So we're going home now. And we're gonna give the Ewok something sweet to nibble on.
I think I haven't picked up this camera in a couple of weeks because I was unable to move. And there we go, now it's focusing. I'm still in pain, but I can at least move a bit better now. Currently I am putting my Venetian masks online. They're those half masks-ish. Wait here, those are the half masks. And then the full-blown masks, and this is a single piece. Also put all baseball and softball on eBay now. There are 2 missing. I haven't put online yet, but I'll do that in a second. Cass is trying to help me by being cute and fluffy. And I actually wanted to start on this and look what I got. It is so cute. So I was in contact with a Scottish cosplayer, and she was making the same costume, and she's like, where did you get the clasp? So there's from, and I'm like, hey, I got some left over, how about I'll send you a pair. But before I was like, hey, just give me the shipping. I'm like, come on, now it's getting too complicated, whatever. So I sent it to her, and she started making those little shields, either as a pendant or as a brooch or something. So yeah, she was like, what do you want? I'm like, okay, thank you. So she sent me one, just got it in the mail. So I like it. I like the cosplay community. And as you can see, I'm exhausted because it's 1, super warm, 2, I'm constantly fighting my pain, and oh my god, we went to the MRI, and I think Jurre vlogged about it, but I got claustrophobic. It was not nice anymore, and if I hadn't done it before, I would be like, oh my god, I can't ever do that. But I've had MRIs before, even in America once, same spot, so I know it's possible. But this time it was just like this small tunnel that was so, I'm not exaggerating, it was that much space to the ceiling. My hands were just like this. I generally felt like suffocating, so I didn't pronounce it correctly, you know. So yeah, I started hyperventilating. It's not necessarily like feeling as things are closing in. It's I have a feeling I can't breathe. So yeah, that happened. And no, I'm not claustrophobic in elevators or stuff, just if it's like that. I mean, if it was upright, I feel like I could do that, but like horizontal, I feel like not possible. And I can't pronounce words anymore. This sucks. It's your turn, Cass. Oh, you are not okay. I have applied for at least 80 jobs right now in the US. I know it sounds ridiculous, but this is what needs to happen. One company, it's enough if one company wants to hire me. That's yeah. There have been people or companies who are interested, and they're like, oh, you would be perfect from your profile, but we don't sponsor H1Bs. And I'm like, so I'm trying. And the thing is, because I'm already in the current cap till September 21st, they can hire me directly, so they don't have to wait. But hey, oh well, fingers crossed.
We visited Sarah's dad again at the hospital clinic place in Heidelberg. He had his operation. Luckily everything went well. I feel a lot better about it because last time I wasn't feeling that great when I was there. And kind of to celebrate and also to feed ourselves, because we're hungry. We stepped halfway home at IKEA because they have food over there. I do remember when we took Brittany and Mike there, when we said like, hey, you want to go to IKEA for food? And they were like, what? Food? What do you mean? Like, yeah, that's the thing, you just go to IKEA for food. You guys live like 5 minutes away from there.
Hey guys, I'm in Zweibrücken, that's where I studied, and I actually lived in that building. First in the top floor, it's the 4th floor. We count like 1, 2, 3, 4, whatever. Erdgeschoss, and then 1, 2, 3, 4. Not like you. You start at the ground level, which is 1 for you. Anyway, so I lived on the top, and then later on I lived on the 2nd floor, but in the other part over there. And before that, because that building wasn't done yet, it basically looked like that. I lived in Pirmasens for a couple of weeks. There was no hot water. Was there actually showers? I don't know. There was no hot water, there was no heating, and it was basically Halloween to December, so it was freezing. And we ended up having at least stove, because my dad, he basically brought everything we needed, just not hot water. So what happened was the guys who actually rent out those student apartments, they basically said you can shower in our office. It was ridiculous, but I guess we survived. So I'm here to meet an old friend, and I thought I would show you around. And I haven't been here probably in I mean, I finished 10 years ago, so I've been here in between, but haven't really walked around and looked around. But not so much has changed. A lot of the old buildings over there are still not renovated. They look worse than before. But I mean, those are still standing, and yeah, I'm excited. We called them accordingly. So that was the yellow building, there was the blue Wohnheim, we called them, so living homes. It's a bit weird. Those were singles, so a friend of mine had an apartment there. She had basically a single room and everything was in there. We were 4 people in one room sharing, and it was fun. Especially later on when I moved to the 2nd floor. Basically my room sharing and the other room sharing, we were all best friends kind of, so the doors were always open. It was more like a 8 to 16 people depending on who came over to visit, but yeah, it was fun. All right, let's get started. So can't remember having trees on the roundabout. There is the old chapel. It had no purpose back then, but they were planning on renovating it, which they did. Oh, what I didn't mention, this used to be an American base, and they remodeled it into university for computer science and microsystem technique. I have to look that one up. So there were lectures in there and there, and the student blah blah stuff. That's the main lecture hall. Okay, we call that the Shell, like a gas station, because our, like, what's it called in English? Let's call him president, because I think he was called president of the university. He was called Shell. I'm not sure if he's still, like, headmastering everything here. I doubt it. It was like ages ago, but that's why this is called a Shell. That's the library. There are a couple of, like, labs and stuff up there. And that's Mensa, basically the food hall. What's the English word? I'm missing out on all the words. That's administration. There are more lecture halls over there. There's a lecture hall over there. Yeah, and we have something special. It's an observatory over there. Yeah, the trees have grown since I left. I think they're still on summer vacation. I think the new semester starts beginning of October. That's basically when we started. What's happening now should be like students that want to study here, that they come by and just check out the campus and everything. So yeah, I remember this place because we had the barbecue championships here. Did I mention we won? So I'm holder of the golden fork, barbecue fork. There was only one time, and the reason for that was, one, there was the world championship in the city next to us, or town next to us. It's not that big, and we actually were supposed to have a party here, like a student party, and that was cancelled because of noise or whatever, just stupid reasons. So instead they planned this whole, like, hey, let's do our own competition, barbecue, blah blah. I always loved this because you see your own reflection in there, see? It's like, I mean, okay, like I said, the trees have grown and a couple of things have changed, but it's almost like I have not left. It's cool. I feel like, can I study here again? I mean, I could probably do my master's or something here. Back then when I was studying, there was no bachelor, no master's. There was a German degree, which is comparable to a bachelor, but I guess I have a bachelor in computer science. So yeah, I probably could make a master, not that I need it, because I have years and years of experience now. Still looking for a job though. I have like 120 applications out, or more. I stopped counting. Guess what, even back then I did set up time lapses here. This is even more hilly than I remember, like my hometown.
Seems like it's been days since I've talked to you guys, but I know that's not true. It just feels like that. I'm back at the practice, well, not for long, with the recent events of the operation with Sarah's dad and everything else. This is no longer going to be a practice. This is going to be all sold or rented off, whatever. I don't really know what's going on. It's not my place, so I don't really know what's going on, but as you guys know, the whole bunch of storage here that Sarah and I started to organize it needs to go. And well, we already started that about 3 weeks ago at this point. Like there were a couple of boxes. Those are currently 6 boxes of clothing that Sara wants to try to sell on eBay, so hopefully it turns out well. But in order to do that, I kind of needed my other light here. I have like a really big studio light, but that's more like a filler light for when you're doing photography. It's not really good enough with the current setup, so I need to grab more light. This is all donation stuff. Hopefully there's going to be more. The reason why I say is because as much as I like to think that we're able to sell those things, half of the stuff is not even worth the effort. But hey, I have trust in Sara, so if she says that she's able to sell it on eBay, I'll make a photo of it and we'll upload it to the website. But yeah, everything needs to go, and not even that. It's like the whole bunch of stuff that's still from sewing and from costume making that's upstairs. That's a whole lot more stuff that I don't really know where to leave. We did talk about it a little bit, like, you know, we can store it somewhere temporarily. I mean, we have a little basement area where we can store some stuff, but like if we move or if we go back to the US, we need to find an alternative solution for that. So I was thinking about preparing some of these moving boxes to see if we can fit in some things that we really want to have or want to keep that we can send or take with us. So it makes it a little bit easier with sorting. But the thing is, stuff needs to go. Since it's not my stuff, it's easy for me to say it needs to go. Since it's mostly Sara's stuff, it's like, you have to get rid of it or give it away or sell it or whatever. It needs to go. We can't keep it. I got lucky, kind of, when I moved to the US about 3 years ago with Sara. For the first 3 months, I kind of did. I kind of took everything I had with me, like clothing wise. I'm a guy, I don't really have that much. I'm a simple person to begin with. Like, I have very plain looking clothing. I don't have anything special, nothing really brand related other than like my shoes. Well, these are my shoes that I run errands with. Like, they're disgusting broken shoes that, well, some people have expressed their disgust towards because I should buy new ones, but I really like them. I think I bought these at, I believe it was Old Navy for like, was it $10-15? They're like very cheap shoes, but for the amount of cheapness that they were, they've lasted a long time, including penny boarding. So as long as they stick to my feetsies, I will keep them for now because they're super comfy when I just slip in them. They're like the no sock variety, so I like that. But yeah, I need to sort through some stuff here. Luckily, most of the things baseball related is already online or sold or given away, so that's good. But yeah, the clothing thing, that's a hot topic discussion every single time. I can tell you it's not fun if you have to give away a lot of stuff that you have value for, even though they might not actually hold major value in general. It's the emotional aspect of it that hurts. So yeah, it sucks being the bad person from time to time, but someone has to. Like a plain black shirt is nothing special, especially when it comes from a store that everyone can go to 10 minutes from their house. So yeah, we need to sort these things through. And I think that within the next month, this place is gonna go. So we don't have much choice. We have to do this. With that said though, we've made a lot of progress. I think we got rid of, well, we sorted through at least 15 boxes worth of stuff. So that's a good major step. Problem is we keep filling those boxes back up again with the stuff that we're trying to sell, of course, or try to donate. This is the easier box. I just dump everything in there, and I think we're gonna find a place that actually uses the things and not just throws them away. Because you have those places here, and it's not really like the Red Cross equivalent or Goodwill, but you have places that sort through them and get rid of the clothing that isn't worth anything to them either. I want to make sure that this stuff gets actually used because there's a lot of really good clothing still in there. It's not sellable, or it's not worth wearing yourselves. Yeah, it sucks, but we have to.